Good evening, guys. I'm back to do another preview on Champions Day for Saturday. Obviously, we got racing in Cape Town as well, with Katak taking his place in the Winter Series. Going to be exciting. That's if the weather stays clear. And on Sunday, we got the running of the Daily News, the Gold Challenge, as well as the Willabington. So, really exciting racing this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to start in race 2, Turffontein, the start of the bipot. My first choice is Royal Wolf, number 9. His debut at Turffontein on the standside track, he really took off. He made up 8 lengths from 400 to finish to run third behind Greens. He followed that up with a mediocre third. I mean, he ran behind a horse like Winter Stories last time, who's a decent sort. So, on his form, I think Royal Wolf will take some beating. For the placings, Harry's Secret, very good debut run behind Mount Pleasant, and then followed that up with a slightly disappointing run behind Almatana. And for third, a horse like Genie that ran behind Pacific Winter must improve to beat Royal Wolf, but can run in the money. On to race 3. My first choice being Rapid Fire. Now this filly beat Afternoon Tea. There's been 2 direct winners from the form line, and that was a very strong race, a big field that day, and she really won with ease. She was a big price that day, but you can't ignore the way she won. Springs of Carmel won the Ruffian Stakes, decent filly on her day, and will be a runner. Dark horse in the race is Sweet Sensation. She made her debut this week. She was flying up late from a wide draw, and she could be anything. And then Miracle Flight, she's very speedy over 1,000 meters. I'm not sure if she'll see out the 1160, but could stay on for the places. Race 4 on the card. I'm very strong on Mount Pleasant. If you watched his debut performance, he was off the bit at the 600-meter mark. It never looked like winning, and he just quickened up late when he got to know what it's all about. He really quickened up well to beat Slalom Queen in the shadow of the post. So Mount Pleasant for me is a banker. If you're playing wider in pick sixes, you're going to have to go wide. But he's got the strongest form in the race, and I believe with natural improvement, Mount Pleasant will take a lot of beating. Race 5 on the card. Queen Supreme going to take a ton of beating. It is a banker for the pick six. If you're playing wider, you must add Vestula in. She's very classy on her day, and she will try and give Queen Supreme a run for her money. But Queen Supreme, she's a superstar. She really is. In Cape Town, she went a bit wrong after winning the paddock stakes in the Majorca. She pulled out, but she put that run behind her with a great second in the Horse Chestnut Stakes behind her Wam. And Queen Supreme, very hard to beat, and a banker in the pick six. On to race 6 on the card. Okay, interesting race. This is the computer form sprint. Now the favorite at even money is Mr. Flood. We know how good he is, but if you look at his 4 victories on the Vaal, he's won with consummate ease at the Vaal, breaking the course record, everything. But at Turffontein, he beat Winter Storm by 3 parts of a length, ridden out hard to win that day. Then he beat Mombela half a length in the Tommy Hotspur, just hold him off. And then he got beat in the Senor Santa by Mighty High. So at the Turffontein standside track, he's not as effective as he is at the Vaal. So I will be covering Mr. Flood. He's going to be everyone's banker. He's a top horse, but just on that alone, I have to be covering him. With horses like Chimichurri Run, he'll be staying on really strongly. And the Cape Town Raider, Russet Air, he loves the pace on, and he really has a turn of foot at the end. So Russet Air must go in. If you're playing wider than that, a horse like Riverine has a chance, and a filly like Sing for Rafa, on a day she's very smart. So I am playing to wider. I'm not saying Mr. Flood's not a good thing, but he's not as effective at Turffontein as he is at the Vaal, because he likes that fast track. So, okay, on to race 7. Hawam going to take a ton of beating. He had a spring in his step last time when he won. He really won with ease, and it was good to see him back. Hawam to beat Socrat. If you're playing 2 horses in the pick 6, put Socrat in. If you put his last 2 runs behind him, he's right on top of these horses. He ran second in the Gold Challenge, half a length behind Rainbow Bridge. He gave him a run for his money. So just to be safe, go Socrat and Hawam in the pick 6, but Hawam is my first selection. And then on to race 8. I've got a value bet of the day here. Number 1, Shippers. It is Woodruff's horse. As I said before, Woodruff had a virus before lockdown. I think the lockdown actually did his stable good because they've come back firing after lockdown. And I think Shippers at her best, which I'm sure she will be back at her best, I think Shippers at 7 to 1 is worth a bet each way and to include into multiple bets. Mighty High will give her a run for her money. She's won 2 from 6 and 3 seconds at this course. Mighty High, a massive runner. Dancing Queen has a small chance. Sarah is a massive runner at this course and distance. She's won 2 from 5. The one draw, not the greatest at this course, but she's got a lot of pace and Sarah will be right there. If you're playing wider, it becomes wide open. The drop in distance for Guy and Glory, this could be the lurker in the pack at a big price. And then on to the last race, the Gold Bowl. I'll be playing field in the pick 6 just about. But if you follow the Woodruff stable, Ali Bon Dubai, great course and distance record and course record, 3 from 12 and 4 seconds. If he returns back to best, Ali Bon Dubai is a big runner. Factor 50, a very classy filly on her day. She stays all day, but 59 kilos is not going to be easy over the marathon distance. But I will be including Factor 50 in everything. And then Sunshine Silk, also the Jeff Woodruff runner. Last time out she travelled wide around the bend. You can put a line through her run back to her distance of 3,200 meters. She's unbeaten course and distance. Sunshine Silk at a big price. Gavin Larena for Woodruff again. Must be a big runner. And then Imperial Ruby, the 3-year-old in the race. He's trying the marathon trip for the first time. He's got a handy galloping weight. He ran 3 lengths off in the SA Derby, 4 lengths off in the Classic. He's got all class about him, and I think Imperial Ruby must be included. If you're playing wider than that, a lurker in the pack could be Gold Griffin as he stays all day and has bottom weight.